Welcome back to the FIT Like KRYS Podcast and happy February. And if you didn't know, I am about to tell you some really good news. February is the new January. So if you made some resolutions and you just haven't done it's okay. You can start right now. And I actually think February is a better month to begin. January is catch up, it's practice. And today, it also is just like middle of the winter, unless you're somewhere where there's no winter. And just, I'm not going to swear at you, but I'm talking to all the people who are in the middle of a New Jersey Northeast winter right now, where it is just brutal and windy. And the last thing we want to do is anything. So January is hopefully, it has been a month of lots of information, right? Maybe you started out on some things. Maybe you, again, were just recouping from the holiday season. Whatever it is, you are exactly in the place that you are supposed to be. And today I am going to give you 4 ways to just make winter your I'm bleeping my own self out a lot today. All right. So February is the new January. These are tips to stay well, stay fit, and take care of yourself in the winter months specifically. All right. Actually, this works no matter what the season, but bear with me. Now, the first tip I kind of already said, but I'm going to go into it a little bit about, and you want to write this stuff down. So before I go on and give you the 4 tips, this is what you're going to do. If you have not liked this podcast yet, please press pause, open whatever you're listening it to, and press the little heart, the like, subscribe. If you know somebody that is like seasonal depression, they are just like in it. You haven't seen them for 3 months. Send this to them. Like anybody who like is just like, I hate the winter and the cold. And maybe that's you. But if you also have friends on that same wavelength, this episode is for them, because this is going to make you feel so much better about the reality, because this is what we can't do. We can't change our reality, but we can change our reaction. And that is how I'm going to help you today. So like, subscribe, share, and before I even start, thank you so much for listening. All right, 4 tips. Ready for 1? Get a pen and paper, open your notes app, get it going. You ready? Okay. Number 1, recommit reasonably. So as I said before, you have a month of data. You probably wrote some things down that you wanted to do this year, maybe in the month. And maybe even if you didn't, you probably have other people's goals and priorities like pressed onto you, maybe someone in your house, maybe family, friends, like everyone, dry-ish January, or people not eating bread, whatever people's goals are, somehow it just like gets on us, plus our own goals. Whatever it is, you have a month of data. So take that data and reasonably recommit. Are you doing things because someone else is doing it? Someone else told you to do it? Are you doing things because it's really important to you? Because that's a really big distinction that all of us can make at any time. It's just a quick question of like, why am I doing this again? Because I should, right? Because of my age, where I am, what I'm doing. We operate on a lot of shoulds, and that gets you into, so don't operate on should. Just because you could doesn't mean you should. And you have to differentiate between, am I doing this because I should, or because I could, or am I doing this because it's really important to me? When things are really important to you, you are less likely to get off track. And sometimes, even if something's important to you and it's hard for you to stay on track, you might not have found the right path to do it yet, but it doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing for you. If it's important to you, it's important to distinguish that fact first, and then you can figure out how to get there. So at this point, you have a month of data. Or maybe you haven't started anything and you have no data, in which case you're just committing. You're not recommitting, but take February as it's the brand new start to the year, and you can recommit reasonably. That's our key word. reasonably. Write that in capital letters, reasonably. Number 2, quick indoor workouts. This is even for all my gym fiends, gym rats, and pause just to plug my online wellness community, FLK Method. It is daily workouts live, on-demand workouts anytime, and monthly challenges. Every single month we have a challenge, which includes a structure for you to follow. So you don't have to think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. You just let the pro tell you what to do, and then you just follow it. And at the end of it, you probably are going to feel a lot better than if you didn't. So if you don't have any gym membership, or if you're not sure what to do, or you're intimidated to go to the gym, or you haven't worked out in 6 months, whatever the case, you can visit my website, fitlikekryS.com, click on the FLK Method tab, and it has all the information under that. So number 2 is quick indoor workouts. And I'm specifying indoor because you don't have to leave your house, right? That's obvious. And quick because it's a low risk. This is the first reason why quick and indoor is low risk. You don't have to leave your house, and it doesn't take a lot of time. So when those excuses start to come up, there's not a lot that you can, there's not a lot that's actually going to hold weight when it comes against not doing a quick indoor workout. You can talk yourself out of going to the gym because you can't carve 2 hours out of your day. You got to get ready. You have to look reasonable to leave your house. Even if you're just throwing something on, you still have to look not like you're at home, right? You might have to pack something with you. You have to get to the gym. You have to do the workout. You're probably going to bump into someone. You have to have a conversation with someone, hopefully that you like, but most likely that you don't like. Then you have to make your way home. That's at least 2 hours. So it is so realistic for you to talk yourself out of that. And if you have a goal of getting to a gym or a place of movement or fitness for 3 times a week or more, and you have not been able to stick to that, I just want you to know it's not you, it's your plan. Okay, it's not at this time of year, especially if you are in the middle of a cold winter, it is hard to get outside of your house. And even if you have something like a Peloton or indoor workout, if you are overcommitting time-wise, that is also just really hard to get it done. So when I say quick, I mean 15 minutes. 15 minutes is just a magical number that it's really hard to talk yourself out of. And when you're finished, you are going to feel accomplished. Your mood is going to be better. And it's something that you're just way more likely to get done than any other option. 2 keywords, quick and indoor. All right, low risk, high reward. And you also don't have to do 3 45-minute workouts a week to get results. Consistency over intensity. Number 3, I'm going to show, I got a visual for this. When it's cold out, you drink less. Most of us drink less water. There's some of you out there that regularly drink 100 ounces of water more. Good for you. This note is not for you. This is for everybody else. That's normal. All right. If you have an issue drinking water, it's literally you probably can't see it because it's too far away, but it's literally in my notes app, it says water. And then I have 4 check marks. So I use the checklist feature. And by each of the little bubbles, I have a time. I have by 9 a.m., by 12 p.m., by 4 p.m., and by 7 p.m. So I'm tracking my water, but I'm also giving myself a time because you don't want to be drinking all of your water after 7 p.m. You're going to get up 7 times in the middle of the night to go pee. So making sure that your water is spread out through the day, and you're also hydrating right after your workout in the morning, and you're hydrating throughout the day, and you're not just drinking a gallon of water at night. And the other thing I like about the schedule is that when it's 2 p.m., I could be like, oh, I'm behind. Let me take a second to take a few gulps of water. If you're watching this, take a sip of water. All right. Number 4, you ready? Last one. Have an end in sight. Okay, you know that saying, there's no end in sight? That is a really common and typical feeling for January. It's just having like these huge goals and you're just like, how am I going to get there? You can't even see the end because you've barely begun. My advice is to have an end in sight. How do you do that? There's a couple ways to do that. One is to have an actual accountability group, not your best friend who you guys say you're going to hold each other accountable and you never do. All right. Not an app that pings you every time you don't do something and you just turn the notifications off. Let's not repeat the things that don't work. You should have data, not just from January, but from your life that you've already lived. What has not worked probably won't work again. Try a different way. There are infinite ways to get to the same endpoint. So having an accountability in my online wellness program, FLK Method, we have an accountability system. We have multiple accountability programs, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's group, or whether it's with yours truly. So there's a lot of ways to have accountability. You just have to find it and educate yourself on how you can be held accountable. Get a coach. The other way is a challenge, and these can be found anywhere. You can just Google like cardio challenge or squat challenge or push-up challenge or water challenge, whatever, something that you feel like you would like to improve in your life, some area of your life that you would like to improve. Maybe it's in the movement category. Maybe it's in the nutrition category. Maybe it's in the sleep category. So pick an area of your life that needs a little bit of attention and just Google like, what does a sleep challenge look like? I don't even know, but I'm sure one exists. I'm sure someone created one. There's some parameters for it and it's already out there. So something that you feel like, I need some accountability here. I don't have a coach or I don't know where to get one. Google that word and challenge and just see what's out there. And if it's not anything specific, just looking for general wellness and fitness challenges are also just a really good way to stay on track. Signing up for a 5K, signing up for a half marathon, signing up for something in the future that is giving you an end in sight. You are not just like running in a hamster wheel. You actually have a specific place that you are going to go and you can see the end and you can also see how you're going to get there. So how to stay in a good headspace, feel good, and get pushed through January, February, March, okay? Recommit reasonably. I'm going over them, okay? 4 ways. Recommit reasonably. Quick indoor workouts. Why? Low risk, high reward. Give yourself a hydration schedule, a water schedule. I'm like and if the water is easy for you, awesome. Do the other 3 that I'm saying, okay? And then the last one is have an end in sight. So if any of these things resonated with you, choose one. If you're feeling just really drained, down, tired, you have no motivation to work out, you're eating like crap, just pick one of these things that feels like, I could do that, and put it into play and see if your day-to-day does not change. All right, that's my challenge for you, is to just make a move, one foot in front of the other, and let's crush this winter together. Thank you so much for listening to the Fit Like Krys podcast. I cannot wait to see you next week. We have an amazing month of episodes, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, dreams, start by going to my website, fitlikekryss.com. You could also email me anytime at info@fitlikekryss, and my team will get back to you and we will make sure to help you get back on track, to inspire you, motivate you, and to always remind you that yes, you can. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.